How many brand new Pokemon will be in Generation 10? What will the final evolutions of the starters actually look like? Well, in this video today, guys, we do have a brand new leak to cover, and this one is definitely an interesting one. Now, this does come from 4chan, and I'm always very, very weary when I see a 4chan leak, but we did have this leak from 4chan before we had that first trailer, and it was 100% accurate. And as well as that, even with the Legends ZA leak era, we did have some leaks from 4chan that became true as well. And I just thought this one was a very interesting one, and I really wanted to cover it with you guys. Brout's final evolution is a grass and a dark type rooster. There is a typo that says Palbon, but Palbon final evolution is a fire fairy and lion dog. Gecko final evolution is a water psychic exotic lizard. All three of those sound awesome. So we do have a lot of people that have created some amazing Fakemon, fan art of the actual starters, like the one from Icy Boy that I'm showing on the screen is awesome. Palbon's final evolution could maybe even look something like this from Bulby Boy's artwork. Cardinal made an awesome evolution of Brout that looks so good. I cannot wait to see these. I feel like we probably won't see the evolutions anytime necessarily soon, like from Game Freak or from the Pokemon Company. We should be getting the next trailer hopefully in June. I did a whole video where I did all this detective work, I guess, to figure out when we potentially should be getting that next trailer, but within the next trailer, we probably won't see the evolutions. If I had to guess, that would mainly be probably just for a couple early route Pokemon, as far as like new Pokemon reveals go. And the time we should see the starter evolutions, well, it could be one of the later trailers, like before the game actually releases, because the starter Pokemon, well, it's always a huge reveal, right? So I would say we're probably still a little ways out before we see the actual final full stage evolutions and figure out what typings they are. But honestly, I think these sound pretty cool. The grass dark, fire fairy, and a water psychic all sounds very good to me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to help reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers, and so you don't miss all Pokemon news, leaks, and updates, guys. Any support truly goes such a long way, and my bro Nintendo and I are actually doing a giveaway up in our Discord server for Generation 10, so that's where it's going to be taking place. It's free to join, it's completely free to enter. Link in the description down below, and you can see how to enter. Alright, let's go right back to it. Mascot legendaries are 2 Eastern Dragons, Flying Dragon, and a Water Dragon, respectively. Which makes sense, flying in a water type for winds and waves. I just think that's very fitting. And the box legendaries are usually kind of dragon inspired for the most part. Not all the time, that's not all the time, but it seems like it's frequently a dragon kind of esque looking Pokemon. I'm very excited to see the legendaries for this game. I feel like the Gen 9 legendaries were not the best in my opinion. They weren't like bad by any means, but I just feel like they didn't check all the boxes for me personally. I would love to know, what are your favorite Pokemon box legendaries of all time? I have to go with Zekrom and Reshiram. I love Gen 5. Okay, so now here's the big one. 200 plus new Pokemon. That would be absolutely insane because of the fact that that's huge. That is a ton of brand new Pokemon to have in a region. I've been saying that I would love to have about 150 because I feel like that's a lot, but it's not like too many to the point where it's insane. 200 plus, that's kind of insane. So that leak right there is a little bit sus to me personally. I would just love to see a bunch of new Pokemon though. Although, I mean, the more Pokemon we do get, I could only imagine it's harder and harder to make new original designs. So that's the only part that makes me think, well, maybe we probably won't actually get a bunch of new Pokemon. Like, imagine we only get maybe 80 or like 90, which is still a lot, but like not a ton. And on the other hand, I'm like, well, this is Generation 10. Why not go all out, go absolutely insane with new Pokemon? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll have to see. Tropius, Corsola, Arbok, Chatot, Luminion, Claydol, Liepard, Crabrawler, Magcargo, Carnivine, Ariados, Manchow, Delmise, Male Salanda Evolution. Chinchou gets a regional form, plus new evolution with a dark and a poison type, Yellow Shellos, Water Poison, a Black Drowsy, Rain, Hippopotas, and a Psychic Qfant, Flying Evolution, some new Pokemon, Lionfish, Sponge Cassowary, Birds of Paradise, Dragon Fruit, Magic Carpet, Scorpion, Mantis, Mosquito, Frog, Shark, Kangaroo, Tiger, Platypus, Tasmanian Devil, Horse, Octopus, Eagle, Rat, Cow, Seed, Coffee, Coffee, what the heck? Okay, anyway, Sunbear, and many more. I love that list of new Pokemon, first of all. Like, I have to say that first. I think we need some new Kangaroo Pokemon, we need a Platypus. Bro, there are so many awesome ideas on this list. I mean, Coffee, what the heck could a Coffee Pokemon look like? We actually have, believe it or not, had a lot of talk about a Yellow Shellos. In Pokopia, they have actually teased a Yellow Shellos coming out, so that's not actually that crazy to read. A flying type evolution needs to happen. Without a doubt, this has got to be the game to give us that flying type evolution. We were supposed to get a new evolution in Sun and Moon, and it was apparently scrapped. So with that being said, it's time. It is time for a brand new evolution. We have not had one in so long. It has been since Pokemon X and Y. So I think a flying evolution would be great. I'd be okay if we did just get one singular brand new evolution. I would be totally fine with that. And the reason I'm saying that is because I would love to have two, especially since we did have this teased, I guess, as an Easter egg in Nemona's house with 2 Eevees. I made a whole video about that, but basically everything in Nemona's house in Scarlet and Violet has been an Easter egg that's basically been confirmed by now, besides the picture of the 2 Eevees. So that's kind of sus, right? All of those new evolutions for like Tropius, Corsola, and all them, that would be awesome. Tropius does need something. Tropius was actually on the door of her house, and a lot of people have been saying that Tropius probably will be getting something in this game. I think it needs to happen. Tropius needs some love. I mean, all these Pokemon low-key do be needing some love, though. I could only imagine all of these would have some amazing evolutions, or maybe pre-evolutions if they're to go that route. This is just a very interesting leak, and like I said, it is from 4chan, so doesn't necessarily mean that these will happen, but I figured this one, most of this stuff is pretty reasonable, and it's not too far-fetched to see maybe, you know, a yellow Shellos or a flying type evolution. And here's the thing, even if half of this comes true, or even if like a couple things on this list come true, that'd be pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Based on this leak right here, what stands out to you the most? Other news, Gale of Darkness is available, and now by the time this video that you're watching actually does go public, you guys probably already do know that, so I'm sorry for like the late update on this. It's only because I have had a video to get up before this that I have been delaying over and over again, so I figured I should just get that one out of the way. And for those that don't know, well, you can play Gale of Darkness. What doesn't make sense about this though is that this is the game that is after Colosseum in the storyline. So why the heck did they drop Gale of Darkness before Colosseum? I don't know. I have no idea. Also, this is a useful tip for Pokopia. Somebody actually made a cloud island with a ton of rare items that you could use the photo feature and the 3D printer to generate those items you need for your island. This is the code. This is gonna come in handy. I need to do this because my island is looking terrible, dude. I have spent hours and hours making my place look cool, like the start island. I don't really know what to call it. I guess the starting area, and it looks like I did nothing, but I spent so much time to make it look good, and it looks not great. But yes, you guys could do that and it'd be awesome. We also did get a Pokopia update. Here's the patch notes if you want to pause and read it. Definitely very interesting. I just can't wait to see more of like the big updates in the future. And also I wanted to bring this up. So this is a inflation calculator. So they did accidentally put 2017 and not 2018, but it's probably not really a big difference. Basically saying how Pokemon Let's Go, those were the first main series Pokemon games to cost $60, right? And they were the first Switch One exclusive Pokemon titles, whereas $60, you know, 8 years ago, that's about $80 in today's world, which is insane. I don't want to even know another 10, another 20 years what the heck the inflation is going to be then. But that's crazy, so that probably does explain why a lot of these Nintendo games are $70 or $80, right? Let's just hope Winds and Waves is not going to be an $80 Pokemon game. I could definitely see it being $80. And at the end of the day, most people are still going to be buying it anyways. And this is USD we're talking about, right? So, you know, of course, if you live in Canada or another country where, you know, the currency is a little different. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are around watching this far in the video, comment down below your favorite generation of Pokemon. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and check out my second channel, Fundores Files. I'm trying to reach 10K over there. I hope you guys all have an absolutely fantastic day today. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.